I'm back with more Hildibrand. Time to continue. Where do I need to be? That way? Hmm. One second. Okay, I think I fixed it. Hmm. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelon. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie? If it isn't the Mithril Eyes star reporter, come to have a laugh at Ganelon's expense before returning to pin your latest front page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now, let me tell you this. There's a strange thing afoot at the Colosseum. Bugger all. It's a travesty, I tell you. Are these guys a team? Potch, Huey, and Hamo, whatever is the matter. And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will compete for the cup together, yes? Fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Door Meadow. Mishap my arse. This was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my subligar. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head strings enough without your bloody shouting. Oh, there's the fourth. Hutchin, should you not be resting your wounds? But forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not betray yourself so, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Mantravilles fight as one. You bear no responsibility for my wounds than I. The only off-putting thing is that this matches, this doesn't, and this doesn't. Only 2 of them has fully matching colors. I mean, his hair matches. His underwear. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting fettled by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you, I am always ready. No, that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sangoli. The Mantravilles? Mantravilles. Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took the name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Ralliger. A training partner. A man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Would that be Mandeville? Mandy? Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thief's Challenge. Gladiators dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concerned sponsors attorney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dor Meadow. He should be in his office within the Coliseum halls. I'll send word to the gateman. Yuyubaya. He owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid. Come, Davel. We've got a case to crack. Oh, wrong button. With gladiators dropping one after the next, I've had to rewrite my Mithril Cup preview 5 times in the past 2 days. Make that 6. Oh, over here. From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means, you are free to enter. I wonder when Hildy's gonna pop up. I'm just looking out for him in the background. Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye, never blinking, all-seeing. You know the deal, yes? And you must be Dour Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Oh, who am I to argue with free publicity, and from a charming little thing like yourself? Ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge from that so-called Phantom Thief and now those bizarre attacks targeting the fighters... Our attorney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his sublet. Oh, of course. Looks like we've got ourselves another... These two aren't in the entry books. Hey, Nashu. Nashu's so cute. Now Challenger unleashes a vicious right hook at the Gentleman Inspector, as the Gentleman Inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Inspector Briardine, as efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman eschews violence, Inspector. You were thinking. It annoyed me. I like Briardine. Door Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Was wondering when ye might ask. Master Friar Geese has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Colosseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true measure from his collection. The Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere ye'll find outside of Karn. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at, neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got. We've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. The last scenario they hired some elite guards. Didn't work. The way he just gets up and points to himself. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasure safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it. I haven't all day. Hildibrand's just happy to be there. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't the Mr. Many Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? True, good point. No, if you want your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thin as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Now where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms. Or were they legs? Slobbering cephalopod. You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. Inspector Hildibrand, look! He's purple! That's the only thing you have to point out, Nashu? Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this abundance of appendages. I smell a case. Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he's one of the many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturgist Guild. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others when he abandoned his when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything, so the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Colosseum. And am I ever glad they did, I tell ya. This job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. Well, let's hope she's into that. Doesn't seem like she's into that. I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There's only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who's the chump who wanted to see a pummeling by my lovely little Avi? Of course they look at me. Though gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall do what must be done. Devil, will you be entering the tournament on my behalf? Yes. Davel, ye do look like a Dotharl. Well, bugging me with a spear. To think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Colosseum. Not only that, a Dotharl. Hear that clink, clink, clinking? That's the sound of a guild pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, LT. Nashu should join. She can use her bombs. With Davel, I suppose we have a good chance as in, eh? Now we just need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury. The gladiatrix, Avila, was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. I was thinking that too. I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Davel here safe? Let us return to Ganelon and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well, I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Of course. Can I not go back up there? Nope. I need to spot to Ganelon in front of the Colosseum. Okay. Oh, there's Nashu making her little notes again. I hate that I can't target her. Look, I know you're the warrior of light and all, but we can't afford to take any chances. Be on your guard, Davel. And warrior of darkness. Oh, hey, Kazuma. Yes. I'm so far really liking it. Even picked out an outfit for myself that fits the detective atmosphere. I suppose that question of Mr. Eltros can wait. Let us see if this Ganelon fellow can enlighten us. You again? I've already told you that. What? Into the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you. But in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and damn it. Something. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round, and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilist Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Sure. There he is. Want to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, Avi? Well, you're not the first. I say, is there not a man in this entire realm with the awns of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrand Manderville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would, please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentlemen, my arse, have ye not a wit of delicacy? Never ye mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest blade? Some kind of kind of foul sorcery if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eye, she'd be rotten in gaol as we speak. The girl's Alamegan, or haven't ye heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when, oof, when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Daybell. Let's be on our way. I agree. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Oh, so you did mean offense. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery. I guess no one's going to like me. I'm a reaper. This fellow says, or perhaps she works with an accomplice. She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder. Ah, Miss Ellie, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor. If what the man says is true, it is likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. She's like, I guess so. Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Avila and Ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible, your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? I agree. Mr. Ultros should still be at the Coliseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencesoever he came. We're all confused. It's very pink. Damn it, I forgot the race's name. Very pink cat, that's all I'll say. Oh, there's Ultros, and looking like she is cute. Friend, and look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? I don't think that's, I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure that's for adults only. And even though Hildibrand is an adult, I do not think his mind is ready for that. He speaks, yes, this is most suspicious indeed. I think we need to call HR on him. What's this? The girl has fled in a panic. My friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Looked at the way his shoulders sag, or how they would sag, or if he had shoulders. A quarry is on the move. Quickly, move quickly, Nashu. We must pursue. Come on, you must agree with me. He seems like the textbook case of HR being called on him. It's in here. Ah, there he is. You will not you will not escape us so easily, Mr. Ultros. Was he just trying to get in the pants of every girl he sees? Creeper. Mr. Alti seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Same thing as last time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in the good merit. I think they're obsessed with him because they're hungry and want to cook him up. I reckon they taste just wonderful in the good marinara sauce. I agree. Marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls, anyway? He's trying to get those tentacles in their pants. Call me crazy, but I think he likes them. Yeah. The way they all looked so shocked about it. Poor Mr. Ultros didn't seem to have much luck with the ladies. Speaking only for myself, I'd love to have him for dinner, perhaps in a nice lemon butter sauce. I love her. God damn it, that emote didn't finish. Oh, we're gonna see Godbird again? Poor misunderstood Alti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity. I mean, I'm not sure the legality of it in Eorzea, but it's definitely harassment, I'd say. Well, at least I'd consider it. Poor misunderstood Alti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity, when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Alti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, yes. Now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dour Meadow back at the Colosseum should be able to enlighten us at her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Colosseum and speak with Dour Meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avila's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls. I guess... I guess as long as he's not, like, being creepy about his, boredness, and as long as he doesn't keep trying with the same lady, maybe I can forgive it. Don't think Uncle Alti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus, gwee-hee-hee-hee. Or am I? Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants, a cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Alti dream? Okay, that makes it worth calling yourself Uncle. Yeah, this is that, yeah. Well, kids, hate to ink the urn and ink and run, and then again, I am an octopus. Which way did he go? Did he go over here? I wonder if he's still over here. No? Steps of Fall. Okay, I need to go in. I'm sure there's a girl out there who wants, Tentacle Boy. Mainly for one, well, 8 things, but the point remains. Yes, what is it? What is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with a countryman over at the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn ye though. If you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Ganelon tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was going to rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to her being asked questions of a personal nature. You catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm ye up for the tourney, this might be just the trick. I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs. My good sir, with my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. The coffer and coffin. All the way over there? I guess it works. Away from the city. Most likely Ultros. Oh, this place. I remember this place now. Oh, wait. Is this her? I don't remember having short hair. Is she inside? No, shoot, you're looking the wrong way. Oh, there she is. Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you, there is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be writ in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered, and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rabban al-Din won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. Now I just want her to win. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 10,000-fold in a land where wealth is power. We will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldans no longer, and with that I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister. Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduced that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. I can take her. I can take her. What the fuck is he up to? Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Alti's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Alti's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu? Heavens no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Yeah, she's simple. She goes for the simple bombs. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? Oh, she wants to learn. They're onto me. Preposterous. Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave-ho. You gotta be kidding me. It fell on him, I guess. I really wish I could see him over here. Speak with Hildibrand back at... up here. I still haven't done my materia fucking quests to unlock being able to do that. The maiden in the mining guard must be the sister of Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. We need to give the winnings to her. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I've taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Eshtaim, sun silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Uldan upper crust. Those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. They'll still judge you. I don't know, Abby. Wealth is all well and good, but... when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds of thousands cheering your name, I am proud. Ellie? Oh, hey, Ellie. Hi, Ellie. Thank you for following. I'm just playing the Hildibrand questline. I'm not sure how long you've been around. When I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds of thousands cheering your name, I am proud, no matter how humble our birth. If we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. This is your problem, Hegelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhears us. Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? Death, my Abby, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet horrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. I'm a Shinobu simp. Oh, hi, how are you? Thank you for following as well. Yep, it's a Thursday. I just had to stretch. But yes, it's Thursday. A more moving display of sisterly Sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Oh, there's Ultros back there. Inspector, do you hear what I heard? Did you just hear what I heard? There he is. Look, kids. Uncle Ulti has had it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall in this pit and die like a good little girl? Hehehe, I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer and closer. Oh, it's him who fell. Not you, you idiot. No need for concern, friends. I've simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground. And I am pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. No, ordinary, yeah, just dirt. Our hero. Now, shall we return to Ul'dah? The Mithril Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seemed completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw him. No, less selfish, more, empty-headed. But if you think that means I'm going to show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute. I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around under you. Give me a break. Oh. Keep trying to get on my mount using shift middle mouse click, but I do not have that. I do not have my mount on that keybind. I was playing World of Warcraft yesterday, but in that game, that's where I put my mount. So I'm just used to getting on my mount and off of it using middle mouse plus shift. Whatever else does he think he's found this time? I'm not sure. You look scared. Yes, is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Baselli. Our well-honed Inspector's senses are tingling. I feel a fearsome adversary lurking around. He's starting to look more and more like a tentacle. Or tentacruel. This time you're really up the cheek without a paddle, kids. Beware, Hildibrand's in his thinking pose. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colosseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all day. Oh, him? Oh, wait, he's being killed by Godbert. My chimera? Who's that half-naked fool? Godbert. Be careful, he might decide to farm some materials from you. Father, could it be that aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not a quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. What brings you and your friends to these parts today? Does he always do that like this? Honestly, I'll kind of be disappointed if in like the Endwalker quest line and we see him and then he's not like this. Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear, and with that we must return to Ul'dah. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Oh, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Mandeville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. Who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, if ever there were one. Who goes... Oh. Chicken. Yeah, Gilgamesh is back. Hildy, Devel, I've been waiting for this day. I'm going to kick your ass again. Well, look who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? I'm Gilgamesh, wandering duelist. I am not so much the inspector's friend as is his enemy. A frenemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver. He fucks up. He purposely calls him by something different, too. Because this just might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who can remember my... Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Devel is a formidable foe. That sounded like high praise coming from a big fellow like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as a sidekick. That inspector must be something else indeed. Wait, sidekick? I'm not a sidekick. I know not what brings you to do battle with these two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. Oh great, now I want some seafood. With that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Devel, I will not fall so easily this time. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full, all 8 of them. But if that adventure is too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring along a friend. No, Godpert notices him. Uh-oh. A supply, a supplely twisting ring calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Oh no, you've got his attention. There's nobody here but nobody here but us octopodes. Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend. Another chase. Muscleheads, I hate them. I should have called him to help save the world a few times. He has the speed, he has the strength. Yes, I do. Imagine the main series quest, but instead of the Scions and the Warrior of Light, it was just Hildibrand, Godbert, Nashu, Briardine, the reporter lady, just them. Where was I going? Oh, that way. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that. I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd is assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I'd hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets. But no matter, what better place to continue my investigation than out on the field of battle? Someone's RP walking. And they stopped. The trouble with truffles. Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves on the rules of engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not, lower myself to their level. Who gives a shit about honor? I don't give a shit. It's just me, or was Mr. Ultros a bit lumpier than he was before? There he is. Bumps on the head, chip teeth. I am one shabby looking octopus, I tell you. They don't pay me enough for this. But that's all going to change soon, isn't it, buddy? Unga? Ah, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to, ye-gaz, who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Won't you have my sympathies, good sir? Ouch, you have my sympathies, good sir. It is a challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there something inside your office? No, whatever gave you that idea? I am simply, fumigating the place for pests. Pests like yourself. Now, don't you have a battle to go fight? Inspector, I think something's alive in there. That's just me. Talking to myself. Yes, fun, good gods. Yes, gods. Working at as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, bested by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work. I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Hey, Briardine. Davel, if you could come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. I agree. Though, can I bring Nashu along? Listening to Mr. Ultros talk truly is inspiring. I say, he's looking more appetizing by the minute. Mr. Ultros is truly a man after my own heart, a gentleman among octopus. Hey, Ultros, I know a girl who wants you, just not in the way you want. You'll definitely be inside her, just not in the way you want. Unless he actually does want to be eaten. What? Well, how has your investigation borne? Well, has your investigation borne any fruit? I see. Avila seeks to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly avoided a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I have done some research on our eight-legged friend. It would appear Ultros has become something of a regular at Uldon taverns and houses of pleasure. I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila, earning himself a healthy commission. There's also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Davel. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum's reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It is a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. Okay, gotcha. Pearl Lane. Okay. There's a letter on it. A large wooden box containing all sorts of diatribes scattered from the Colosseum, some of it still twitching. Huh. I wonder how much crazier the Hildibrand shenanigans are gonna get as the expansions go on. Well, let me see what you have found. Here you go. Need to move this. out. Maybe, I don't know. Here? Now, what have we here? Ah, yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails. And what's this? A sack, even more foul-smelling than the gore it was laying in, if that can be believed. And look here, something appears to be written on the sides. Since goat sundries, it would seem this merchant has had dealings with that squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? Here. I'm sorry, madam, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait now. Did Ultro send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, entire sackful of gold truffles. Can you believe it? What was the impressive price in that distinctive aroma? They're only for the most discerning of customers, which Mr. Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. For these truffles somehow be connected to... No, I shall stop myself before it starts sounding like... Sounding like what? Inspector Briardine, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me. And to steal Davel here? This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be the most educated in the Epicurean arts. That is the most distinctive and delightful aroma of the gold truffle. An acquired taste to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many an Uldon gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why? My mother's watering just my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? Of course he gives it. It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. Make haste as fast as possible. Who knows how long that recipe is. Do you feel the anticipation in the air, my friend? This shall go down in Eorzean history as the greatest battle since I slew that dragon. That did actually happen, yes? Bahamut? No, I'm pretty sure that it didn't. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. We must return to the Colosseum before the battle begins. Here's the plan, Davel. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood? I'm sure I can handle it. I can take her. I can take her. Just jump in. If only I could jump in. Do you feel the anticipation in the air, my friend? There shall go down... Oh, he said the same thing. I shall find this... nothing new. There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. Ah, I'd be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in, and bookmakers across town raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Warden has it a master fire geese himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Dower Meadow it is. So what say ye? Are ye ready to take your asses get your asses kicked? No, I'm ready to kick their asses. I'm the fucking warrior of light and darkness, and savior of the universe. Aye, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Of course he's posing. I can take her. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and seal your stomachs. The Mythal Cup brought to you by our ever-charitable friends of Magina and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern. It's about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, Davel, the famed warrior of light, or who was that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right, Humberbatch. He's getting the Benedict Cumberbatch treatment. Agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Okay, that's accurate. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? Here I am. Did you miss me? Aye, I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions, and let the battles begin. Where's Gilgamesh? Is he going to suddenly join in? I am not dressed for the occasion. But neither is Hildibrand, so that fits. Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then, when it's just the two of us, I'll take the dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. That's not how you win, Hildibrand. You don't just pose. There he is posing still. Look at Avila's blade spin. She's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. You are next. Really? Look at me, compared to him. I know I'm shorter than you, but Hildibrand's unarmed. How's he doing? Oh yeah, he has some trick up his sleeve. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Oh, those look tasty. Nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting is giving Alti an appetite. It is time for dinner. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Braised in a savory sauce, just like like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. That meddling musclehead. What's taking him so damn long? The girl's gaze gives it away. Open that gate at once. Oh, avoid scent. What is that monstrosity? But Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Alti. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? He's just going to pet him? Could it be? Avila's taunted Tempest Blade? It was that monster all along? The girl played us for fools. Look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Alti ever lied to you? What did I tell ye? I knew there was something fishy about that. Oh, All-Amigan whore. Bit much. All-Amigans. Oh. All-Amigans. Beggars and brutes, a lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get? Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. Put him into the pit. Put him into the pit. Well, I just wanted to. My sister. I feel for the girl. Really, my little octopus heart goes out to her, but the rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Ulti may be so bold, I say we call off to melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Dave L here. What do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light? Aye, that's what we want to see, Ultros. 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 Well, this is the most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Halatali, the fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light, who will be left standing when the storm is settled. Be there, or miss a battle for the ages. I've handled tougher. Oh, for once he's not stuck in the ground, he's stuck in the ceiling. Oh, look at Nashu, she's so cute. He did not fight as a gentleman. You didn't fight either, you were just posing. So to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from the All-Amigan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now. Deval, let us make to Halatali. Where's that again? Oh, over here. I totally knew that. There I go again. Oh, it's this place. I suppose if anyone can defeat those fears, it's you. Be safe, Deval. There is no telling what inane trickery that octopus will attempt next. Be on your guard, Deval. Was this guy even involved? I don't know. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits. I could give a gnat's arse. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds out. Totally. The Dragon's Neck now accessible. Now I am not waiting in queue for this. I am just going to... do a little unsinking. Da-da. What am I looking for? You know what? Dragon's Neck. There we go. I don't need 7 other people with me, I just need myself. Ultros grew in size. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the Dragon's Neck. If all members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. He's down. He's down. I wonder if that fight would have actually been hard if I synced toward it again. I feel like such a sucker. I like that shade of red. And Deval claims the Mithril Cup. Very quickly. Wind up. Oh, I gotta wind up Ultros. Where do you get the minion bag? Oh, I can't summon him here. Now I can summon him. You did it, Ava. With any luck, we've seen the last of that lecherous devilfish. Good show, Davel. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the awards ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the sea thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. I am on my flying mat, which I do not need to be. I like that outfit. Pretty sure I'm going the right way. I'm assuming Ultros is dead. Dower, I think you need a new receptionist. The ceremony will begin any moment now. Be on your guard. Our adversary may be anywhere or anyone. It's totally Dower. A most remarkable display of martial skill, my adventuring friend. Clearly you have been observing me well in our travels together. Observing you well? What the fuck did I learn from you when it comes to combat? All he does is pose. Imagine if the Warrior of Light just posed. Posed whenever I fought. It was a battle for the ages, but the worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Oh, he is still alive. They're both still alive. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Firegeese himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which our realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer. Can I sell it? I know I need the gil. I mean, I want it. It's rightfully mine. Above you. What? That was a sudden flash of light. Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates. The opening act dragged on over long, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. Oh, here he is. Not disguised this time. I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now, I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Who's helping him set up the fireworks? Vile fiend, mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Mandeville name. Of course, he gets in the way. I think not, Hildibrand. Oh, he's throwing it at him now. Greg, 'tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. That laugh! They're throwing audience laugh tracks in. And he took his weapon. Davel, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. What spear? Do you not mean your skewer? They're really throwing in laugh tracks here. I mean, to be fair, there is an audience. But my spear! It makes sense. Vile thief, is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once. He is confused. Oh, it seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Huh? Now it's raining truffles, but the battle's already... Oh, Mr. Typhon, just a moment. I'm sure I had the tissues here somewhere. Oh, where'd the ring go? There it is. That's one strong sneeze. It's still going. Sinalak, the ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. Here's Godbert. Slow motion. But of course, brilliant father. If the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why, it'll be just like Dalamud. Hildibrand, Helidor, Maximilian Manderville. Skyward is only a Manderville can. Father, you know not your own strength. And he's in the wall again. He's in the ceiling again. Oh, there are those four again. What the hell are they up to? 997, 998, 999. He needs a new suit again. His face. Oh, the chicken was there. And he's stuck in the ground. These legs, they look strangely familiar. Thought so. I knew they knew him. Put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Save for one thing, this ring is a fake. They probably weren't going to have the real one on display until after the ceremony. But no matter, I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you have been a most attentive audience. That key! Bloody hells! Guards, seize the fiend at once. Godbert's not impressed. The one who fell down was him. And he's gone. She's impressed. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, it's gone. Second prize? What is the meaning of this? Many-faced friend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eye cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Washras, it's just, the dim lighting, yes. If you'll just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. Explain, then. I can take her. I sold out my honor. I joined forces with that odious octopus, all for a false treasure. What a fool I have been. What was I thinking? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Helena and nothing more. I suppose I was at that. How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tail you to the non-honorable mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. He does not know when to shut himself up. He just keeps on digging himself a deeper hole. He's sorry. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I truly was fighting for. My honor, my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I'll not shirk from the work. Shirk from the challenge. I like her. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly, the second prize, this Ring of Inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen. a pattern that betrays his true intentions. The Treaty Blade, Azima's Virtue, the Ring of Inquiry, all relics with quite a history, or to be precise, the relics from the era of Belladians. He's in his thinking pose. He just had a brain blast. Oh, if that is so, the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Eorzea's greatest museum of Belladian history. Pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. Oh, she's falling asleep, Manashu. There it is. Is it that big? Yeah, it is that big. Okay, that's new. No, she's gonna get hit. Of course he poses. Oh, now she didn't get hit. And now it landed on Hildibrand. Now she's so cute. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. Justice? He's out for justice. So this is the thief's final challenge to us, but what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? When the 4 treasures of Baldea become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of the sun. And she's asleep again. Oh, there she is doing it again. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that, yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth in these words. 4 sacred relics from Belladia, the Warden's justice, lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day. If rumors are to be believed, it would seem the tale of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his target thus far, an Uldon collector and her hired thugs. A trading mogul and the brass blades, and now a mining magnate and the stone torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of ordinary Uldons would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? True. Absolutely, astutely observed Miss Ellie. A quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his target be a member of the syndicate, perhaps the Sultana herself? Then it would be to his downfall, for the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one more moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces, there is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 relics of Baladia, and it shall be Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. It would have been hilarious if he got a new suit while under the card. Yeah, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Oh, there's a mystery person. Oh, he noticed him. What's that? No, it couldn't be. Huh. Methinks Godbert may need a new pair of spectacles. Ah, he knows that mystery shade person. It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Baladia. As the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed, will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Her last vow. I love the to be continued screens. I want her outfit. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forget what you actually look like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well, see you next time. I like Nashu. I love her. Shades of Sildy. I was wondering when you'd show up, Davel. I hope you haven't made any plans for the day, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Ul'dahn society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always clear. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye's been selling like pawns cakes. The only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we, Davel? The hidden treasure of Ul'dah, was it? There's anyone who can shed some light on this. It's you-know-who. To Sunsilk's tapestries. Sunsilk tapestries. Okay. Oh, wrong button. I'll kill you and make you die. That's what killing does. You know what emote I want? Search. Pose. I am going to put this on my bar. Where will I put it? Manderville dance. Battle stance. Just in case I need to pose. Like Manderville does. That looked nice. Well now, if it ain't my favorite adventurer and my favorite Mithril Eye reporter along with her, tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help two lovely ladies, I'm afraid you've found old Wyman at a loss. Ruler has far more than its fair share of treasures hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom thief could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan's worth in a right dither. Word has it they've formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan's worth aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Davel. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn. Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourself involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I'm ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Davel, time is of the essence. I need to go to Scholar's Walk. What the hell are they doing? Oh, I got a card? When did I get a card? Oh, I never used it? I thought I did. I am going the right way, right? No, I am not. I don't like the squishy noises he's making. Sting strip. You know what? I'm just gonna use an Ethernet shard. Where have I seen this man before? He does look familiar. Is that the same face from the wedding? The guy who was supposed to be marrying what's her face? Is that person reusing faces? Oh, that's not a very good look for him. I'm gonna look around, see if I can find Hildibrand. I'm not seeing him. Halt, only authorized personnel are allowed in. That's all bugging me with the broadsword. It's the gentleman of lights, adventure and companion, and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, if it isn't the self-styled warrior of light, tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan's worth recruiter to land yourself in this position? Was it from... Oh, the person who stole the sword from the old man and helped get a fake for the old man. It moved me to the depths of my soul, like I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm, just like my hero, Master Hildibrand. The Sultan's worth were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildibrand in this investigation, haven't you? Kerr, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the Sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Baldia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it would be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, I wonder if you can actually make your character look like Hildibrand. I imagine you could, and then start posing like Hildibrand does in any raid you go to, doing nothing but pose. That'd be funny. Probably piss off the other players, but still. Oh, she's cute. A pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case. I would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Davel Dothoral, yes? Yep, that's me. You know Davel? As any regular reader of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Oh. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. Which inspector? The dumbass one or the not dumb one? Here's the not dumb one. The Sultan's Worth, the elite of Ul'dah elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Briardine, always one step ahead of us. Well, more like behind us. Miss Ellie Davel, a moment if you would. Right there. Very good. Now face me and don't move an elm. Inspector, what is that in your... cough, wheeze? What did you do? Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguise. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise while leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan's Worth at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. Let's see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Ul'dah, the last of the 4 lost relics of Baldia? I fear not. I've pored through the histories, time and again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Legend goes on to describe 4 sacred relics, sacred artifacts, each possessed by these 4 Baldian heroes, but makes no mention as to the appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strength. All artifacts of Baldian origin had been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of a finest society. And a regiment of the finest assigned to its protection. I furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, my lady. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by a quarry. The Sultansworth have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. The lady asks, and the gentleman answers. Of course, here he comes. That's all worry from your heart, my lady. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. He's using the masking agent. And this must be the masking agent that's talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. In all honesty, I kind of think that the bad guy wouldn't even be able to pose as Hildibrand. A shame that. If he did, I have a feeling Gilgamesh would be around, and he'd properly say his name. He'd call him Gilgamesh, and that would be the red flag. Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far. The head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh, this will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a greatsword? Strangled with a sublic arm, mayhap? I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderous plots of... The murderer plots the deaths of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar turned butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking agent with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. At some point I'm going to have to use it, aren't I? The gentleman of light and the flesh. Hells, he's every bit as muscular and majestic as I remembered. On behalf of the Sultansworth, your assistance with the murder investigation is greatly appreciated. Leave the defense of the royal vault to us. He may have 1,000 faces, but with the Inspector Bride and the masking agent, the masquerade will soon be over. Look at her. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend? I like your gusto, but if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled. Most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Davel, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 Sins of Sasimo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious. My ever-loyal associate, we must put Miss Phyllis's demasking agent to good use. Okay, 80 sins of Sasimo? Oh, it's out here. I'll just walk. Do I need to go up? No, wait, this is above. I need to go down. Where the fuck is the stairs? You know what? I'm just gonna use this. Wrong buttons. There we go. Here we go. Flowers, how intriguing. Yes, very intriguing. Let me think by posing. Nope, I've got nothing. Flowers, yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer was a florist, who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. Just what do you think you're doing, eh? Eh? I'm the one what put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me, poor boy. You dare defile his memory, eh? Eh? A thousand pardons, my lady. Please accept my sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run. Far, far away. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor, poor boy. Zombie? A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard of the horrors of Sildi? Aye, Ulda's sibling nation, against which we waged war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides. Aye, but I speak of a far greater horrors than death, and the holy drought brewed by a Sildian alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through. But ye won't hear that from the Sultan's worth. The hall alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could do so much as pay me last respects. The traitors spurn? I've heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing. Just who are we dealing with here? A Sildian, I'm sure of it. Aye, only a Sildian would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Sildian died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does. But did it ever occur to ye that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Heard the tales from my own great-great-grandma, I did, after the 4 relics of Balladia, about the 4 relics of Balladia, and the powers they hold. The power to exact justice. A spectre of Sildi has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe, woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books, and never so much breathed the accursed name of Silly. But you did, and now we're doomed, doomed, doomed. I think she needs to talk to someone. And he's in his thinking pose. That bleeding horseman's here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. Who's this? Oh, it's this guy. Oh, it didn't work. The most potent hair tonic the realm has ever seen? Aye, that it was. For all of a fortnight afore my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just as twist a knife and extra elm. Montebank. Charlatan, I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. He's pissed. Shades from Silda, living men turned zombies. The old crone's lost not just her son, but her wits as well. Whoa, that attracted everyone. Sibling strife. Hildibrand is onto something, or at least he thinks he is. Isn't that always the case? It's all becoming clear to me now. The dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and the dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate his tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. What is the true nature of the spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage his rancor. Let's begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Sildy might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Briardine. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. I'd be much obliged if you could keep him out of my way, Devel. I have some real investigating to do. I would prefer to be free of distractions. I understand, I understand. Gods be good. You're the adventurer who saved me back at the ruins, researching the ancient feud between Ulda and Sildy, are you? Why, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The fifth astral era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the sixth umbral calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalane, where they would found the nation of Belladia some 8 centuries gone. Oh, imagine, a government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Belladia civilization survived to this very day. Alas, this was not to be. You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Sildi. As a fellow student of history, though, I am more than welcome to conversation. Belladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals. When they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. When neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ul'dah and Sildi. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. Ah, okay. Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Sildi? It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations, until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious. Oh, I couldn't tell. I thought I was in Sildi. And leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. Ah, as the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In the desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Sildi alchemists devised the most horrific stratagem, employing a frightful formula known as the traitor's spurn. They brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It's truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. Yeah. Oh, hey, Kokobuki. Nevel, don't surprise me like that. What's this? You're here not for your studies, but to learn of the bad blood between Ul'dah and Sildi? 2 scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Ul'dah weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Sildi weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power brought by Ul'dah prosperity was that of justice and good. While the power wrought by Sildi knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. Killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear, but riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories, and what does it say of the words writ within? Yes, truths can be elusive, and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Sildi, Ul'dah and the Malajin warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I, until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you'll see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already. It's true. Oh, hey, Hildibrand, you finally here? My ever-loyal assistant, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed, as it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review, and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ul'dah and Sildi. The two nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by the Ul'dah's superior military might, Sildi employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens alive and dead into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts... Oh, he's brain blasting again. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. A phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Sildi, who seeks vengeance against those who reduce his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildian statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem, and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. Brilliant plan, Brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig the statesman out of his grave for yourself. I was about to say that. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and spectres, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildi. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the Fulton Sultanate. This Sildian connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Beldian relics a thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightening air about him. Wait, yes, it's coming to me, of course. My keen investigator senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. Of course. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're likely to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who's this man and where might we find him? My source identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Of course, yeah, we should. What the hell is going on in chat? Do you abuse the elderly here? Io, what the fuck? You can't put me away. I'm not going back to that prison. Sorry, our residents are well cared for. Okay, where's Horizon? All the way up here. My keen instincts tells me that Master Gugu testimony will be a key to a monumental breakthrough in our investigation. Yes, I shall employ the ancient manual art of parley to skillfully extract the information we require. Sure, go ahead, you do that. Yes, yes, if you got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing. You know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with just a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed him? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Okay, sure. Me, a thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or the patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Oh, sir. Lady Dorilda, well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair evening? Why, I live here, you ham-headed half-wit. Inspector Briardine, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But Lady Dorilda, what about... Yes, my dear yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prized pieces from Eshtame's latest seasonal collection. You'd be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself? I'll just say it once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. Yeah, I'll look down and I'm like, okay, we're waiting. Alright, I'll tell you what I know. But you didn't hear it from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust. The traitor's spurn, was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims. It's got me thinking. Sildi, 5 victims. Aye, the Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth? I'm not familiar with the name. Aye, few would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see. Working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah-Sildi conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me. False knowledge in big quotation marks. False knowledge, pray tell. Pray tell, just what sort of knowledge might that be? The false balls, don't make me say no more. False balls. I've got a family to feed. Very well, just tell us one thing. Who hired you and where can we find them? Hob, his name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me that he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But remember, you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive that they don't even know each other's true identities. Now don't ask me how that all works, but Hop's got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew what he'd be next. Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the Agent Manderville art of parley has procured us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. Let us hurry. The man's life is in danger, even as we speak. I know his life is in danger, but after this, I'm probably going to end stream. Let me talk to everyone first. Or just Hildibrand. I would hear what this Hob fellow has to say. Come, my ever-loyal assistant. Let us away to Vesper Bay with all speed. Okay, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream for here, right here, for today. If I don't stream tomorrow, then I will most likely stream Sunday. Thank you to Helly and I am a Shino Bushit simp for following. If y'all still here, thank you. But yeah, I'll see you then.